Hey there, everyone. The Doctor is in, finally. We are once again playing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, continuing with Bridge to the Turnabout. So let us get into it. Alright, here we are. Continue Bridge to the Turnabout. Investigation phase. I'm still up at this hour, reading through the trial record of a certain case. It's the first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. A horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I have read, I don't want to believe. What is written here? This isn't the Dahlia I knew. After falling into Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head is on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. And I know that he'll be able to help me with him, somehow. Wright, are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face.
Or maybe Viridian and artist speak.
Actually, my fever's gone down quite a bit.
How's your temperature now?
Only 102.2 degrees, nothing to worry about. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive, despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the seven-branched sword did not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh?
Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself, or I'll eat my coat.
Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. That is probably for the best. Bless you.
Thank you.
Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is our client's background, naturally.
You mean Iris, sir?
I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. And since I probably won't be getting that from you... Sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, right? Take care.
Guess I should get moving too.
Why? Do you need to be somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta get to work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side.
Ah, that's right! Maya's still stuck over there at the inner temple!
But don't you worry, pal! As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off.
Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out, I promise. And in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Alright, let's see. Let's try Heavenly Hall. And... looks like no one's here. Larry! Maurice! I'm sure he'd be hiding here. Guess I'll try again later. Look at this graffiti scrawled right on the front of the shack. At least he managed to get a pretty good likeness. I really think about it, I guess art kind of suits him. I mean, his very existence is an art of sorts. Come on, please! It's for art's sake, I swear! There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here, the heroine of my book. That'll make you famous. Ah! Enough! A fool's fool fools fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Wouldn't you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're, Ow! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up and you want to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that! Even as we speak, Nick's on the brink of death. Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that one of your American sayings? Ooh, thank you for the Prime sub, Spider Zed. You can't hear it, but there's awesome music in the background, so thank you. Yes, you have increased the sub count to 40% of the current goal. Thank you very much. How are you? Water sips.
Right.
Nope.
I can do that.
Whip a dead horse is not one of the American sayings, and I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick, tell her, would you? Tell her she needs to model for my new picture book, Francie's Whippity Whip Trip.
That does not sound like a child's book.
I don't even think it sounds like an adult book. Doing good, just order some 3D filament, testing with it. Nice, nice. Let me know how it turns out. Ah! Before you ask me to model, learn to at least give semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says! I'm telling the truth! I saw what I saw! She flew, I'm telling you! Whoosh! Just like that dude with the red underwear. Don't think I'm gonna forgive you guys when you come back crawling to apologize! Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix Wright. Nice to see you too, Whippity Whipperson. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right, extending my perfect win record naturally. Oh, joy. Sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I am Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 long years. But now he's gone from this world. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me, this I promise. But it will be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, Crystal. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Edgeworth. Come to think of it, Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. And that's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile that it's almost kind of cute.
Almost is the key word.
Hey, just be glad they're not in salary negotiations.
I can't see Phoenix with anyone but Maya.
He was dating Dahlia at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, but that was before he met Maya. And Dahlia was only using him.
Well, ship both of them? Perhaps not. Yeah, no. Phoenix and Franziska, not a pairing I could see. I don't...
Edgeworth and Franziska, maybe.
Yeah, that's borderline, but at least it's more feasible, I suppose. Though I just somewhat doubt it, considering she calls him her little brother.
I know, but still.
Yes. Yes, and here's the thing about her calling him her little brother. Miles Edgeworth is 26 years old. Do you know how old Franziska is?
40.
19.
Yeah, that's not legal.
It is too legal. It's just not possible for him to be her little brother.
Then she must be deluded on how old she is.
You spit it out because he mentioned cute. And true, yeah. What'd you say, Pierogi?
Oh, I was saying she must be deluded about her age then.
No, she just has an overly inflated ego.
Okay.
Her, calling Miles her little brother is probably her way of compensating for something. Don't try to figure that out. Ow! No smirking! No whipping the sick! That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor for such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some cold Killer X, you know. I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes, every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Attempting to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. All I thought in my mind was, I have to get across. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks.
Ah, so she does care.
Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's gotta be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. try the main hall real quick. That was one long sigh. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it... There's an acolyte stuck at the inner temple. And that poor little girl has gone missing, too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do! She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls, she's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least I was, until this morning. I don't see any psyche locks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris flying, her white hood fluttering. I felt like I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. I wouldn't take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else. If both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth, that can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the inner temple, is that correct? That's right, I'm sure it was Iris. Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night. But because you did, Maya is stuck all by herself at the inner temple. I'm so sorry. The drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter is especially bad. I'll bet. The training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain has always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. Earthquakes? Yes, I wouldn't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. We've got to get Maya out of there fast! But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Dusky Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the inner temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Maya could be stuck out there with a murderer and with no way of escape either! Oh dear, yes, I suppose it does! Please come shoot, get that bridge up faster. I'm curious about a few things, if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No! I want to know a little more about the victim, Miss Elise Donim. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. No! I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again, Sister Bikini. Notice you always refer to Miss Donim as Mystic Elise. Oh! Yes. Now, why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes their experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Aha. Seems Miss Elise Donim was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was with Miss Donim on the evening of the murder, and now she's vanished. It's all gotta be connected somehow. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know you're worried, but try to keep it together. Oh, man. My head's throbbing so bad, it's killing me. Pearls, she was with Miss Donim on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we'd finished eating dinner. The murder, it didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe, tell me you'll be done with the repairs soon.
That being said, I gotta go get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, so we will take a short break while the pierogi gets some water, because I don't want her to miss a bit of this, so be right back, and I'll run some ads in the meantime. Okay, we're back. We're gonna head back out to the... Well, I haven't checked the courtyard yet, actually. Hold on. This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. Ugh. Cold knocked my tongue out, too, it seems. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so maybe there's some clues that have yet to be found. Let's take a look here. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. It's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Donham was pushed from the top of the wall? You get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, they're tools for getting around. The sled, now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. The seven-branched sword. It's right there in Mystic Amy's right hand. It was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Watch, it turns out that it was just a bread knife. Miss Donham's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. Guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. Guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here.
What's that?
What?
Is it a step ladder or is that a ladder?
That's a step ladder.
Okay.
You know how you can tell? The top.
Oh. What's that strange mark in the ground? The bottom left. Huh.
Yeah. It's odd, but unfortunately nothing to do about it. Let's see. Is that Larry? Hey! What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell? Oh. It's Gumshoe. Right.
So this is where you've been. Keep it nice and warm, I see.
Detective, have you finished
The bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know.
Well, then I'll come along with you and...
Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case.
What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. Ah!
It's been a while, Scruffy.
It's... Miss... Karma!
Sister, please leave the investigation to me. My. Well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I am on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow! That hurts, you know. Silence! I, Francisca von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously gonna follow me around, is she? Alright. To the suspension bridge. Yeah, nice job he did. See, that ain't half bad.
That's not bad at all. He's quite handy.
Oh. Alright, to the inner temple gate. Yeah, things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice. Pearls! Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! So you were here ever since that night? I was so lonely I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning and saw that Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone. She was all alone? It must have been very trying for you, little girl. Oh, I am Francisca von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I am here.
You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year.
Well,
I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip.
Oh! Pearls with the bird.
Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you.
Looks like Pearls' words are getting under her skin.
Ow!
Why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything! You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave it away. Anyway, Pearls, weren't you with Maya?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
Mystic Maya!
Hey, wait, Pearls! She just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearls acting like that? It's giving me the creeps. I guess I better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Like, let's see, this... Phoenix Wright! What? And would you stop calling me by my full name like that? Was this once a prosperous port? Port? Yes, that metal hook is a mooring post for boats, you know. Oh, that's an anchor for one of the wires that used to hold up the bridge. I think the wire that was tied to this one probably snapped when the bridge burned down. I mean, there's no way there was ever a port all the way up here. Don't get smart with me, Phoenix Wright. I didn't say anything! There's a weird smell coming from that incinerator. The door's also open, almost like it's begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty! How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Francisca von Karma. Seem to remember. There was snow on this incinerator the first time I saw it. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. This must be the door that leads to the inner temple, where Maya Fey was training on the night of the murder. Yes, there's a solitary room there called the training hall. You could do with some training yourself, Phoenix Wright. Yow! You're completely out of shape. I don't know how much more of this woman I can take. There's a little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign, though. Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it? But it says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say whatever? That's got nothing to do with anything! And who told you that? Princess Given Karam. What the heck? The sign says Inner Temple. I don't know how you're reading it, but it's incomprehensible to me. Actually, I can't read it either. Feigning comprehension isn't a very good habit to have, Phoenix Wright. She looks really happy to have finally caught me on something. Okay, well, let's try to move into the training hall. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. Yet it appears she's nowhere to be seen. What is that? That strange lock. It wasn't there 2 days ago. This whole room is really giving off some strange vibes.
Well, there's paint on that painting.
What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually... A woman? I don't see any woman here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy! What's the matter? This scroll! It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes, there was a very appetizing smell in the air. But gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see.
But no.
No, no one does that! For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy that we had with the roast on the night of the incident. Why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? The scroll shows a picture of Misty Faye, master of the Quran channeling technique. But why would anyone cover it in gravy? I can't make out what's drawn on this scroll at all. I'll never understand you Americans and your so-called artists. Artists? Yeah. It's an antique dresser. Don't you dare open it, Phoenix Wright. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her not to touch things. What a pity, it's full of nothing but old clothes for the acolytes. I thought we weren't opening it. I'm from the prosecutor's office. I can do anything. Yeah, you can do anything, except stand up to a 9-year-old girl. This door. When I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. They look just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psyche lock. I wonder if this lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. Alright, who's talking now? What took you so long? I thought even you'd manage to get here faster than this, Mr. Trite. Prosecutor Gateau! I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Ha! I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so... I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough! I believe I have the measure of you. You were the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Who's the wild mare, Trite? This is Miss Von Karma. She was the acting prosecutor in your absence today. Ha! Well, I guess I owe you one, then. Be cool to print 3D Godot mask, but it would be heavy research. Yeah, that would be cool, actually.
Like, how would you keep it on?
Elastic. But you can go now, Princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is mine! Hey, Philly, know your role and shut your mouth. Can't stand women like you. I'm only going to say this once, Lady Von Whippingberg. Go home. The Phoenix Wright! What are you hitting me for? Ha! You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, Trite. What? You still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you said something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Godot today. He's such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger, or is it sorrow? Your voice when you yell, 0 yell after, next 4 after Iris. Nice work, thank you. I thought you couldn't hear, though. Or is it you're still able to hear, just not very well? You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? I told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you.
Ooh, Godot is in love with her face. I don't want to call her Gina Fey, because that's not even close.
What did she do? Explain to me.
Maya sisters.
Ah, Mia Fey.
Mia, thank you.
You see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. Meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is... well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Not very well, had to reread the subtitle. Yelling word for, very alike sound to me. Ah, I see. Even someone like me. So, you mean that mask you wear is... this ugly device? I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? Me? Yeah, Trite, you. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended. And who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix Wright, do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed.
No.
What?
Do I dare say it?
Yes, dare.
So, was he who was poisoned by Dahlia?
I do believe something about that was mentioned, yes.
Natty?
It'll all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trite?
Well, why would Dahlia kill Godot?
Well, I think the appropriate question is why would she try to kill him? And that... I mean, Dahlia's evil. Earlier you said I've done something I can never undo. What did you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here on this side of Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said too. Yet I wonder, Trite, do you know what the police are doing here today? What do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. Missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. Huh? But that's impossible! She came here that night and... I won't say it again. The chance of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where's that? The Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we are standing at right now. This is the only place that the search party has yet to explore. So they haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Be aware, though, the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, the chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, why aren't you in there with a search party right now? You must have blinders on, my equestrian angel. Don't you see the big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite. Once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It's only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? Do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right, Mia Fey. Mia? You killed her. No, that's not how it was. It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone, a man, but she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. Yeah, that's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally. Sure, Miss Fey's murderer was caught, but that won't bring her back. Well, no, but you were with her at the time. You and no one else. It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well, then I'd say you'd learned nothing, trite. You robbed her of her life. And now, you've let her sister suffer the same fate. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No! What is this peculiar-looking lock? Why don't we just break it open? It would be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area's always been prone to earthquakes. Repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would... well, let's just say the inner temple in the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. Very well, then I dare suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key. Ha! Sure, just show me where the keyhole is in this trick lock. There's no keyhole? That's right. An interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who could open it. Then who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris! When an acolyte undergoes training inside the sacred cavern, the attending sister's responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was to train in there. Sister Bikini did mention it a number of times now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? Hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot! How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. You better start praying. You'd better pray that that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, Wright. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never.
I'm telling you, he had the hots for Mia.
I thought that was obvious.
I mean, clearly I was blind because I didn't see that until now. So
You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. I guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Seems like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from?
Yeah, I guess I better wash that off. That's what I'll do. Nah, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. My brain, this is driving me nuts. Ah!
Is something troubling you, Scruffy?
Please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir.
It was merely a simple greeting, a friendly tap on the shoulder, with my whip. So what's up, Gumshoe? Is something on your mind?
How did you know, pal?
Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not.
How did you know, sir? Oh, yeah, I nearly forgot. You can't go through that little gate there, okay?
You mean the one that says no entry on it?
I, kinda already snuck in there.
Is he trying to be clever or something? So what's behind there, Scruffy?
Huh? Kind of garden-like garden.
A garden?
Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me?
Isn't it normally the other way around?
Well, see you later.
So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course, what else would we do? I really want to know what Gumshoe was thinking of washing off. A strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern?
Ah! What are you doing in here, sir? I thought you said you can't come in here.
Don't you know, Scruffy, a Von Karma will always show up wherever there is a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here.
But...
So how's the Inner Temple investigation going?
we have the best forensics team in the world working at the place.
Forensic team? And what was the outcome of this scientific study?
Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle.
That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that?
Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir.
That stone lantern in the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct?
They look kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. The results were... it's kind of hard to say, actually.
Guess I better look into them myself. About Maya.
Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you yet?
Yes, we heard.
He's got a search party out looking for her, but there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal.
Edgeworth?
He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here.
We'll have to wait, since she is the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern.
Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal.
Huh? Wonder what it is.
Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down I felt like I was drowning.
Sounds pleasant. Little lantern, a little statue. It is certainly a quaint little garden. Oh! What is this huge bowl here for?
Oh, I know this one. It's a water bowl, isn't it?
Everything else is completely frozen over, but the ice in this bowl has been broken. That's true. I wonder if this has any impact on the case.
Well, I doused my face earlier with the water in this. I was getting kind of sleepy.
Ah! Next time you're sleepy, you need only come to me. Got it? There are a couple of torches here. Guess you need all the light you can get up here in the mountains. Hold on here, I gotta adjust my seat a bit. Apologies for the noise.
Yeah, I was looking at those things, pal. It looks like they've been lit pretty recently.
Recently? How recent are we talking about?
Yeah, as recent as the night of the murder.
I was training here on the night of the murder. It's not unreasonable to think that these things were lit up at the time, I guess. Well, this is odd. There's no snow on the ground here. It's an almost perfect rectangle. It couldn't have happened naturally. Yes, it appears as though someone has carefully cleared away the snow. No doubt it was you, wasn't it, Scruffy?
Huh? No, it wasn't me, sir. It was already like that when my men and I got here to start the investigation.
If it wasn't the police, then who did it?
Oh, yeah, there's something I need to tell you. Just between the three of us, okay?
What is it?
It's top secret. You can't tell anyone, got it?
Understood.
Well, when I was a kid, I got knocked out of the local wrestling contest, you see. I was so disappointed I just picked up my mouth guard and cried all the way home. Man, I got so much trouble when I left it on the couch.
Is that it?
That's it. Ah!
Whoever cleared the snow away must have had a reason. Well, I can't even begin to imagine what that reason could be. What the heck is that?
Uh-oh. You spotted it, huh, pal?
Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says, Maya.
Yeah, and before you ask, it's written in blood.
You will answer all of our questions now, Scruffy, without exception.
Yes, sir!
Maya, so these letters are written in blood?
Yeah, what's worse is it's the victim's blood.
Huh? This is Miss Donham's blood?
We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal.
Most interesting. Phoenix Wright, I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down?
You know what? That was really bothering me, too. I just came up with the answer, the result of my own special gumshoe investigation.
Really? Do tell.
Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down.
Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Donham wrote these letters herself, in her own blood. You must be joking. That's impossible.
The writing of the victim's blood and the other clues left behind. It seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donham's murder. At least that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal.
What? Oh, wrong button. So Miss Donham was killed here?
However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now.
Then what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard of the main temple was... well, what was it? If it wasn't the scene of the crime, what did she see?
What do you think, Miss Von Karma?
Surely a special gumshoe investigation would reveal the answer, no? Wait a sec, the bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right?
Sorry, but that's not an option, pal.
Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. What?
He's sick. He's allowed to forget.
Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out.
I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal.
I can't think of a counter-argument to that.
I know it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here.
This really was the scene of the crime, then I need to figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. Maybe I've missed something. The snow has been cleared away. Got the stone lantern all bloodied up. This was found close to Dusky Bridge, wasn't it?
That's what that artist guy said, yeah. Right after the defendant flew over the burning bridge. According to his testimony, she dropped it when she landed on the other side.
This crystal didn't belong to Iris. The crystal had dropped out of Miss Elise Donham's staff.
And there are traces of blood on it, too.
The real question is what it was doing near the foot of Dusky Bridge. Oh, sorry folks. I'm trying to adjust my seat and I accidentally pulled the microphone cord. Alright, let me try something here. Okay, maybe that'll work.
It was like a circus today in court. All thanks to this little sketch.
At the risk of repeating myself, you really ought to choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix Wright. Okay, I know Larry's a bit out there. He genuinely wants to help Iris, I'm sure of that. He wouldn't have produced this for no good reason. You are nothing more than a marshmallow on the inside, the both of you. What do you make of this photo of the crime scene?
That's really gruesome. All I gotta say is that the killer messed up in the head. The killer is messed up in the head. But it turns out that the 7-branch sword thing wasn't even the murder weapon. So then why would someone stab it in the victim like that?
Yeah, it's a mystery we're here to solve. What about this, Detective Gumshoe? Any thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's pretty chilly today, huh? My brain doesn't work properly in the cold.
Perhaps we'll just have to wait until summer when it's warmer.
Oh no, my brain doesn't work properly in the heat. I'm kind of weak in the head.
There are some things you shouldn't advertise, Gumshoe, especially in front of her.
That staff belonged to the victim.
Yeah, and apart from the crystal missing from the top, there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, I just remembered something important. This is just between us, okay?
Is it going to have anything to do with the case, Detective?
Well, no, but it's really...
Then I'm not interested.
Yes, sir. She sure was a mysterious person. Her real name, her past, it's all a complete mystery.
Still, it strikes me as odd. Why would someone who wishes to remain anonymous become an author?
You know what probably happened? I bet she didn't know her books were gonna be such a success. That's what I think.
I suppose that's possible. Nothing new in the training hall. Nothing new over here. Nothing new at the suspension bridge. Nothing new at Heavenly Hall. Nothing new at the main gate. Nothing new at the courtyard. Main hall. Main gate. Suspension bridge. Inner temple gate. Garden.
The situation hasn't changed. We still don't know anything about Maya's whereabouts. She's gotta be in the sacred cavern, though. That's the only place left. I heard it's real cold in there. We gotta get her out of there faster. It could be bad, pal.
Isn't there anything you can do, Detective?
What are you talking about?
Huh?
We're already on it. You couldn't get a faster response from a computer. Mr. Godot put everything in place right away. That guy doesn't mess around.
Godot?
Yeah, the coffee-drinking mystery man who didn't show up in court. I gotta say, he's totally made me rethink my perception of him, pal. That guy's got more mysteries than a choose-your-own escapade book, pal.
Pal? Yeah, I know. Trust me, I already know.
Can't believe he skipped a trial like that without even getting permission. He'd have been fired for sure if he worked for a normal company.
Never would have expected the prosecutor's office to be so lax. Don't get the wrong impression, Phoenix Wright. More importantly, doesn't it strike you as odd that the police are unaware of that man's medical situation? Of course, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is... well, let's just say modern medicine allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. Yeah, why is he hiding that from everyone? Additionally, it raises another question. Why did he choose to tell only you? Yeah, why did he?
I don't know. I'm not so sure anymore. The clues we found today have turned this case all topsy-turvy. I can't see how Iris could have done it now.
Oh, how interesting, Scruffy. Sadly, I don't share the same sentiment. Prepare yourself well for tomorrow, Phoenix Wright. Why does every prosecutor want to burn me at the stake so badly?
She's a sweet old lady. She doesn't look like the lying type to me.
But there was a problem with her testimony, wasn't there?
Yeah, but I don't think it was her fault. She was just trying to say the right thing and it came out wrong, that's all. I know what it's like. Happens to me all the time.
For a detective, you are completely lacking in the powers of observation.
He was Miss Elise Donham's apprentice, or so I heard.
Well, I suppose you could call him that.
I drew a portrait of me, you know.
Well, lucky you, I suppose.
Yeah, but I had to pay him 50 cents for it.
That's pretty awful.
I'm really enthused about this guy either, huh?
Oh, goodness. Excuse me. Well, he made a mockery of the court today, and I'm almost sure he did it on purpose, too. Do you know anything about this scroll, detective?
Well, I know it smells great. Yeah, this is just the kind of weather, some steam and mashed potatoes and gravy. I really love that stuff. I eat it so much that my coat even smells. Ah!
Have you nothing else to say about this than your inane ramblings about gravy?
Not really.
Let's leave it at that, okay? Okay, nothing there. Nothing on the weather.
Didn't follow the ins and outs, but it turned out that this wasn't the murder weapon, right?
If what Sister Bikini saw is right, then no, it's not. She said the murder weapon was thrust into the victim up to the hilt. But the bloodstains on this aren't consistent with her story.
Don't worry, pal. I'll uncover the real murder weapon. If I haven't turned it up by spring, you can take my badge.
Case will be long over by then, Gumshoe. What about this, Detective Gumshoe? Any thoughts?
Oh, well.
Okay, already been through this. Iris's testimony, nothing. Tracks photo, nothing here. Okay, I think we've already done the crime photo, but it's just the same. I want to be sure. Wrong button. Yeah, we did. Messed up in the head, I remember that. Okay, and the weather data. We already did the photo of Elise. What about the temple map? Nothing here. Okay. New Year's issue of Occult. No. Mia.
She cross-examined me once, you know. Yeah, that was us. Big guns locking horns. Witness versus lawyer. It was a battle of cunning tactics and tricks.
But the witness isn't supposed to play any tricks.
Can't believe she's gone. Apparently, the girl was trapped over here since the night of the murder.
Did she say anything to you about Maya? She wouldn't tell me.
She's not gonna tell me something if she wouldn't even speak to you, pal. She was real upset. She wouldn't stop crying.
Phoenix Wright, look sharp and go comfort that poor young girl. I will. Trust me, I will.
Wow, what a beauty, huh? Gah!
What was that long pause for, Scruffy?
That's a real nice brooch she's got, too. Gah!
I she needs to learn how to give compliments faster than Francisca gives lashes.
I haven't seen Mr. Edgeworth for about a year. Talk about a long time.
You know why he moved overseas?
I don't know. Probably to look cool.
Huh?
There's a lot of weight attached to doing research overseas, you know. Once I've done my stint in Paris, you'll have to call me Monsieur Gumshoe. Gumshoe.
I don't... People really don't get Edgeworth, do they? It's his own fault for not explaining anything about himself. Okay, well, it doesn't appear to be anything more I can examine, and I've already spammed the court record at him, so unless I gotta flash my badge... Maybe I'm missing something in the training hall? Okay, no. What's up?
Go back over the blankets again. I thought I saw... Yeah,
Oh.
There you go.
Look at those wafer-thin mattresses. I'm sorry, Phoenix Wright. Wafer-thin? Yeah, you know, thin like a wafer. In other words, uncomfortable. So we describe things like these mattresses. Guess you must say wafer-thick or something back in Germany. Not about these mattresses, certainly not.
There you go.
Well, I don't think that would have been... I don't think that's what's holding me up here. Oh, wait, hold on. You can see Dusky Bridge from here. It's an unusually long bridge, isn't it? I would say it's about 20 yards. Guess the gorge is too wide to cross with a piece of rope or wire, huh? Therefore, no one has crossed the gorge in either direction since the night of the murder. A simple yet sound deduction, wouldn't you say, Phoenix Wright? Look at all the Buddha statues lined up along this path. Phoenix Wright, do you think this is how many siblings the head nun has? Why don't you ask her the next time you see her? You know what? I think I will. And she'll probably slap you for prying into her private affairs. Frankly, I would love to see that. From a distance. Francisco would probably whip me if I saw that. That thing looks like it's ready to collapse, at least more than it did before. According to Bikini, Eagle Mountain is very prone to earthquakes. Which reminds me, if my memory serves me correctly, Edgeworth isn't exactly a fan of earthquakes. Yeah, it really is more of a dusty bridge than a dusky bridge. A kidnapping incident happened here 11 years ago, so maybe it's cursed too. Hazakura Temple doesn't have a single private phone line, and there aren't any houses in the area, so I guess Bikini is the only one who uses this. I really wish I had brought my cell phone with me. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. Looks like someone's taken the effort to write "to Heavenly Hall" on the signpost. That stuff is really ruining the beautiful atmosphere around here. It's so inappropriate. It's just a bikini in a bikini. Ugh. I've got to think of the kittens. This is the famous Eagle River. I got to try out its rough rapids the other night. They say it has a really strong current. And they weren't kidding. It's both powerful and fast-flowing. I was dead lucky. I mean, lucky not to be dead. snow is really piled up on the straw roof. It's otherworldly, like something out of a fairy tale. Well, the roof part, anyway. Sign says Heavenly Hall. I guess it's pretty fitting. Spend a night in this little freezing shack, you'd probably find yourself at the pearly gates by morning. I'd love to know what this thing was used for on the night of the crime. Ha! Still thinking small, I see, Phoenix Wright. Or perhaps not at all. That's why you will never defeat me. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't recall ever losing to you. It's time for us to settle this once and for all with one final showdown. Looks like she mentally blocked out my victories over her from her memory. It's an altar. It looks a bit odd, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Karine Village last year. Guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. I've only seen a layout like this when I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. Wow, this hibachi brazier really puts out a lot of heat. Just thinking about how happy we were sitting here eating pot roast and gravy. Aww. It's a stack of straw zabuton cushions. My had told me this type of zabuton is called an inza. Suppose if I had never come here, I'd have missed out on all these new things. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. If I can see Psyche locks of the tiny Magatama I've got, I can only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under his hood. Building up there is the main hall. That's where we were staying. It's kind of funny because it was built on a very steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms above me are on the ground floor. Apparently Miss Dona was staying in the corner room. Guess that's where she was pushed from that night. Ugh. Hey, look, it's my attorney's badge.
Good one, pal. It was good for a laugh with your little badge. A real man has a police badge. Hey, that looks good. Is it a cough drop? I tell you, pal, I've had a sore throat all day.
No, that's my Magatama. You can't eat it.
Oh.
At least he doesn't just put stuff in his mouth first and ask questions later anymore. Anymore! As in he used to. Okay, let me just try presenting her profile, because maybe... Sure. Oh, yeah. Okay, so... What in God's name am I missing? Oh, I thought I had already highlighted that earlier. Ugh. No wonder. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. Looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too.
Apparently it belonged to the victim.
To Miss Elise Donim.
Yeah, there was a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cord found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly.
Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Okay, now I can move. Now we go back to the main hall, or main gate. There we go, see? All because of something I thought I had already... Like, I specifically tried to point at that thing to examine it earlier, and all it told me about was that stupid little water bowl. It seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright! Iris! I'm really glad to see you. Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him, we gotta hurry and unlock the sacred cavern! Sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you is locked in there. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later? Alright. Let's hurry to the inner temple, then. I'll see you later, Wright. Hold it! Wait, Edgeworth! I'm coming with you guys! Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by a delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth! If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, right? But it's Maya! Mr. Wright! All that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright. From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us.
Well,
This is no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Aren't there other things that demand your attention? She's right. Thanks for reminding me. Sister Bikini looks like she's shrunk some since I last saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My, hello you two! How are you doing? From the sound of that sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome, crimson-clad prince. Is she talking about Edgeworth? It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that! Mr. Blue Suits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Me? Gee.
I wonder why.
Oh, yes, you did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular! You two are the only ones who've said that to me! Can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she was brave to testify so truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those psyche locks of hers.
Take that!
Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Miss Elise Donham had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. Now I do. This piece of evidence proves Miss Donham's true identity. Miss Donham had this charm with her at all times. Ah! Where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. Then, what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean? It's a talisman, is it? Interesting. Oops! This thing speaks volumes about who Miss Donham really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss Donham's true identity.
Don't tell me that's Maya's mom.
Take that!
The painting is obscured by this gravy stain at the moment. Now, this scroll shows the master of the Karine channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. This crest is reserved for the master of Karine.
Who on earth told you that nonsense? I've got no idea what you're talking about.
The new master, Maya Fey, told me.
What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's
Daughter? Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes! In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor.
Mystic Misty!
Wow, that was it?
It was tightly guarded, just very easy to untighten. At least her name was Elise Donham as opposed to Sue Donham.
There's a joke here and I'm missing it.
Yes, Sue Donham? Pseudonym?
Oh.
Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all.
What is the significance of this talisman, sister?
The Karine talisman? It's a symbol of the Master of Karine. The bearer must carry it with them always until their death.
Until their death? So Elise Donham really was Maya's mother, huh?
She was Misty Fey, the master of the Karine channeling technique.
Truth comes out at last. Looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister, after 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now?
Because something happened that called her out of hiding.
But what happened?
Well... What's happening?
It can't be.
Earthquake! Ah! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? The sacred cavern in the trading hall, it might very well cave in! What? Maya!
It seems to have passed.
Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go!
What? Where?
To the inner temple, of course! Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, all right? Of course, you run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready.
Come on then, Phoenix Wright. It won't bar you from interesting as long as I'm with you. Thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. We just had an earthquake. Wonder if he's all right. You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Come on, let's go. We gotta hurry to the inner temple and... Right! What are you doing here? Ugh. How could I have... How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yo! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No! The defendant, Iris. She's gone. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? So, it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's the only one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. Should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes and I stupidly passed out. incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? It's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. Can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side. We haven't seen her, and we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth, have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple's like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. And you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt is not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to this training hall sacred cavern now! Alright, let's go. Fortunately, the sacred cavern haven't caved in, but what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris! Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? To be continued. Okay, so we're still on investigation phase, which means that we are going to take a short break and be back in a few minutes.
Something.
Okay. Yeah, that was me reconnecting my controller.
Oh.
Alright, sorry about the wait, folks. We are back, though. Let us continue.
So are you supposed to carry it on then?
Huh?
Are we supposed to carry it on then?
My brain's not wanting to follow this right now.
They said let us continue.
Uh-huh.
And so I said we're supposed to carry it on then?
What?
It's carry on. It's like let us pray and then carry on. And it's a whole pun. Yeah, I may have gotten them mixed up, but that's okay.
Okay. Hi, Lady Catherine. Our masked cat is here. She does not... She's...
Oh my goodness, come here.
Seem to be having a little bit of a problem trying to figure out how to get up on one of our laps.
Come here.
Oh, she's gonna jump on mine any second now. There she goes. Hi.
Hi. You gonna come cuddle? Come cuddle.
She is heading over to the tired pierogi. It's fine by me, because as much as I like my cat on my lap, it does make it a little bit harder to move around sometimes.
Come on. Lay down. Well, it's because I have the blanket.
Ah, fair. Right, is this what Godot was talking about? Yeah, the trick locks. Now then, Iris, please remove these at once.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me.
What? During the earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. So you're saying that you can't undo the new locks?
Yes.
If only I was stronger. Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face. Like you were to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. There's no telling what sort of mistakes you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Edgeworth. He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in a corner of the garden. Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives.
You're one to talk.
Glad you said it first. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles. I see. Well, thanks for your help. Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all.
Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried, I just had to come and see.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that.
I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but...
But what?
Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and...
Who
in the world would do something like this? These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Quran tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open them.
And you aren't the one who set these locks? I don't think it's that simple, Franziska von Karma. When we were here the first time, there was only one lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
What does that mean?
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris. Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks, the first one.
Yes, that's correct.
What? Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But
It will take time, won't it?
yes, about a day if I had to guess.
A whole day? Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us?
Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
You gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're going to have to call on your inner strength now. You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get. And what might that be, Phoenix Wright? I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room at Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident, but you were seen that same evening at the Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple, too. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple, it's as if you were... Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth. I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about. Alright, let's try this. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me, too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder.
Take that!
I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini?
Her testimony in court today was very clear.
That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the Inner Temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple.
Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple. So I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now you say you left the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this.
Take that!
You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Water sips. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me!
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. there were two of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in two different places at the same time, which means there must have been two of you. Can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me.
Well, poop. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. Finally getting to the bottom of this case. I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues. From Sister Bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls. Alright, let's see. Dusky Bridge. It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. Sure gets quiet up here in the mountains when you're all on your own. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out the shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick? Larry? This is the loser's shack where losers get together to lose themselves. This is the what? Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Luis did a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls. We're gonna gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes or a miserable little campfire. So stay out of our way! I don't believe this. Why can't he try getting fired up over becoming a better man? No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't have to want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture? I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now with Pearl, two losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. What am I gonna do with him? Alright then, what do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream. A wonderful fantasy.
No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew. I'm telling you, Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Luis...
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase. I beg of you. I guess this picture is really a representation of what Larry thinks he saw. Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like I drew in the picture. Yeah, it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value. Hey, what's like the look of doubt on your face? Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick?
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. Where were you and what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just, I'm just a kid, you know? I'm sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Donham's room reading a book together. But Miss Donham was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the Inner Temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Yeah, you too.
I've been a bad girl. That's That's why I'm being punished.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it has disappeared.
What? Her powers have disappeared? What do you mean your power has disappeared, Pearls?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for? Pearls, did you try to channel someone's spirit right here at Hazakura Temple? Tried but failed, perhaps? Way to go, Nick! You made her cry! That was really cruel of you! Just as I thought. I have to break her psyche locks to get the truth out of her. But before I do that, I'm gonna go talk to either Edgeworth or Sister Bikini, whichever I find first. I wonder if Sister Bikini's back at the main hall yet. Haven't seen Gumshoe around for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. Bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type. I bet Sister Bikini's probably very few people's type. She's got a build like Winnie the Pooh.
Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
Yeah, it looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. Told Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping us from getting inside the sacred cavern. Wait a minute. I can't remember if I asked this question before, but you don't suppose that she's related to a certain family that runs the Capsule Corporation, do you?
I mean, it's quite possible. I just don't know how much crossover there might actually be.
Probably.
That'd be a good question to ask Capcom.
I mean, I think, legally speaking, they can't actually have her be in there, but...
I mean, it is within the realm of possibility. As I said, as I always say, fanfiction is always a thing.
Yeah, but then you'd think that there's a lot of different, well, maybe she's, like, an ancestor or something.
I would say most likely distant relation.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is, if she's a distant relation to existing people now, that means that there's a lot of, things like flying cars that should be existing at this point, and they just don't.
But who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Karine tradition.
We have Iris at the Sacred Cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about, Sister Bikini.
Oh, yes, we were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes, you were telling me how the Master of Karine disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me the talisman that proved she was the Master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Karine tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them."
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
There's only one heir to the title of Master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new Master of Karine, and her daughters, the main family. All other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line.
Is the power of the Master worth this much bloodshed?
You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. Well, usually only just one person, but you know. During the Mask-to-Mask case, and during Maggie Bird's trial, too. As well as several others. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most. Except now.
The Karine technique has made a huge difference to the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead, that's true psychic power, you know. Members of the tradition have always been there behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill?
I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you'd be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? You're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake?
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is?
I'm sure the records still exist if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file.
DL6 incident. I knew it! The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, that's right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
A murder that took place 17 years ago.
It was the first time in the country's history the police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murderer.
And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action.
But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was. And the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case... the first case the world had ever seen the Quran tradition openly involved in. It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Quran Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. And then she just disappeared, vanished. Well, everyone still thought of her as a fraud. But I know the truth. Misty Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all. Of course it wasn't. And since you managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback. The Quran tradition is starting to recover at last, but with a new master wielding the power of the clan. Does she mean Maya? The spiritual power of the Quran channeling technique is in the blood.
Maya's told me the exact same thing before.
We, the women of the Fae clan, have always been spirit mediums. Because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only the women in the family can inherit that power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And the ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. It's always the cause of tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too. An older sister named Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her. What? You know about Mia? Of course, she became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt.
That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp the master seat from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Morgan? There's a name I know well. It was a year ago now at Maya's home, Quran Village. What she did was terrible. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter...
It's a Novelle, the Dr. Super Novelle! Ho-ho! Thank you, Petit Trianon. Welcome in. Good to see you again. How have you been?
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter...
Ah, yes, my favorite Doofenshmirtz. Your timing is uncanny, and by uncanny, I mean completely canny!
Then you must have already realized that Iris... Huh, what? Iris? What's Iris got to do with any of this? Okay, just hanging out. Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. And Iris is Mystic Morgan's daughter. Iris is what?! Is she kidding me?! Iris is Morgan Fay's daughter?! Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Fay's daughter? Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already. I have! I know her very well. Oh? Yes, Pearls! Pearl Fay! But I always thought she was an only child. You jest! That child? She's Mystic Morgan's! I had no idea. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Happily, finally managed to do the stream. I've been trying. Yeah, a couple weeks. Been sick sometimes, and my wife got sick the other time, and it was a mess. So.
Don't get COVID.
Luckily, this one turned out to be just essentially a nasty cold rather than a nasty flu, but you know, still not fun.
Knocked me out for a few days.
Yes. But she's in prison now, isn't she? Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year. It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master. I see, so I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3 daughters, not 2. Wait, what?! 3?! Yes, Iris, her twin sister, and Mystic Pearl. What?! Twin sister?! Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. It wasn't many years later that Karine's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her in the village, taking their twin daughters with him. How awful. He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. That was Iris, you see. It's unbelievable. If Iris is a twin sister... Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister? I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler. Well, that's a clue, I guess. Jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Yes, indeed. Amen. Thank God for recovery. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh? Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family. Anger? What do you mean? Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband, but even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan. That's why she had pearls? It seems that the incident here was a result of Mystic Morgan's anger. He was able to break free of the bars that confine her. So Iris has a twin sister. Plot thickens. This information will be useless unless I can flush it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get some more info. Alright, let's check the courtyard, because Scruffy's probably in here.
Scruffy head.
Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is it they're humming?
No motive, no crime, no motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Karine. Whoop. I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way.
I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae.
Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Hey, pal.
Huh? Who? Me?
How long have you been there?
I just got here.
Oh, okay.
So what are you up to, detective?
I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon.
A real murder weapon.
That Bob's sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues.
How's life going apart from any ailment? It's been good. We moved. We moved in early in the year. Which, if you live in the US, I do not recommend moving until after you've gotten all your tax documents in. Trust me on this. Happy to be around. That's good. That's very good. But, yeah, got some friends coming soon, so that's going to be exciting. Oh, dang. Sorry for the situation. It's okay. It's just been, trying to coordinate with the mail carriers and people that in mail that needs to be forwarded to our new address is all. So, but yeah, we're good though. We've got everything ready and we're just waiting on the results now.
Giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though.
A letter? So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the Inner Temple Garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
What? You mean...
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern, you're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me, I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? About that letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. All I find is some burnt-up old letter.
Burnt-up old letter?
Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the Inner Temple.
The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it! There was snow on the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind? Welcome back, Spider Zed.
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Spirit mediums! It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters! I better give it a good looking over and some serious thought.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the 7-branch sword thing that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, it's a tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon? Secret weapon! Secret weapon! For the case! Secret, 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 secret weapon! My wife is shaking her head now. What's a secret weapon of yours?
You want to know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
right?
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right?
You've been taking classes from Emma or something? Yes, I know.
Any questions so far?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector.
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go?
Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Let's do it.
Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you.
Alright then, I guess I'll give it a go. You like the art style of this game? Yeah, it's a good art style. I like it.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive you can make it cry. It's so high-tech you can skydive off of it.
Oh, bother.
So now I'm gonna have to tell you how to use it.
Yeah, I was there 2 years ago, sir.
It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first let's turn the detector on.
As we found metal... No, not metal in Gumshoe's shoulder, in Von Karma's shoulder.
That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off of something metallic. Next, move the detector... Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you hit on something metallic. And when that happens, press enter to give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal?
Trying to make less spoiler. I mean, I've already streamed that on this channel, so...
Look, a ladder!
It's a step ladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing!
No, they're different.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you can miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
The last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me.
What about the, mark on the ground?
And that is curious, isn't it? Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here.
Don't touch that, pal!
Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty.
A trap. For detectives. You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg?
Yeah, those. Got my finger cut in one of those once.
Get your finger.
There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and then... BAM!
I'm not so sure how I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that.
Buddy, you got your finger stuck in a mousetrap.
But I want to know what it is. This is Miss Donham's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detective's reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? Don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
Oh, Gumshoe.
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, heads off! Examining evidence is a job for the... Ah! The top is coming off! Look what you've done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence! Ah! That's a
Sword!
inside the staff!
Is this... Could it be...
A murder weapon?
I'd never have guessed there'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to understand how Gumshoe's mind works. If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as I say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
We could have wiped it clean.
And then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No! I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
It's about the same length as the 7-branched sword, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it's been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. Wait up, detective. Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know.
You're going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya, what's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh? How so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now. Well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think Maya's been murdered? Please, detective, let's just
Wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of already in there. Okay, just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This staff's secret trick, let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff, you got it? Okay, now you took good care of it, pal.
Thank you for the resub, Reeve. How are you? And we've got a person who's not usually around, so I can do this. Lesson. If you see a stranger, follow him. Check out Reeve's channel. He's been playing Pikmin 4, kind of going back and forth between that and the Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. So go check him out if you have not already. Fine, just getting your mom ready for bed, and yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good, thank you. Alright. We got the plot twist about Iris being Morgan's daughter and her having a twin sister.
Gee, I wonder who the twin could be. Starts with a D and ends with an A.
The district attorney? Alright, oh, right. Gotta click back into the window for me to use the controller. Yeah. Doing well, though. Thank you for asking. Alright. Thank you, detective. I should take some water sips. Hold on.
Water sips.
Nani the snuff? No, wait, that's not. Trying to. Need to report the user here. Let's see. Let's see. Scam.
That username is also not family friendly.
No, not really. Okay, so let's see. Ban and block. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of the auto mod thing in the stream chat here, which is annoying. Okay, where was I?
Don't worry, she'll be fine.
Come show.
You know there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure, thanks. You know of a place that has pasta that you can afford? Color me impressed.
I think he's just doing it to make him feel better.
I know, but still, I mean, the fact that he knows of this place is interesting. Like, how does he know about a place that doesn't sell ramen? Or instant noodles, I should say. Can't help but wonder, though, what was Elise Stoneham doing with a staff like this in the first place? That is an excellent question. So we're gonna move ourselves over to the Heavenly Hall and put the screws to Pearl now. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. Guess I must have gone to collect firewood. Suppose I have to check back later. Alright, then in that case, I'll go talk to Iris. Or whoever's in the garden. I guess we'll talk to them first. Cops are still combing the place. They look pretty nervous. I'd be nervous too. Noodle or ramen? Well, instant noodles are technically ramen of sorts. They're cheap ramen. It's just that Gumshoe can only afford the cheap stuff. The good stuff, on the other hand, is great. Highly recommend actual ramen rather than instant ramen if you can get the opportunity to find it in your area. Of course, you have to find the right place, because some places are not very impressive. I know of 3 places that have really good ramen. Well, 2 places that have really good ramen. I can't remember if the third one had good ramen or not. It's been a minute. But every other place I've been to I've not been super impressed with. But yeah, is what it is. I'd be nervous too. It's got to be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time. How could I have done that? Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth? Ah! Hey, don't you dare run away! What do you want, Wright? What do I want? If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away. I was ready to hug it out with him, but he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. Went back to the criminal affairs department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris. Yes. Thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible. You guys are putting a lot of effort in the investigation of the garden here, huh? There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime, that's why. You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow? Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder. But surely you don't suspect Maya, do you? We have to treat everyone as a suspect, Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? So I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes. No. But thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath. 17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same elementary school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder. It all started with that big quake that hit the courthouse. So I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. I know he was the defense attorney. Why did you bother... Why are you telling me this? I know it's for the new viewers, but come on. We were deprived of oxygen and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day. All because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself. It's been more than 17 years now. That case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right? You think I don't know that? I was there. But it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me. Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of the self-pity, okay? Yeah. There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before. So we went back to the Criminal Affairs Department to look for her file? Yes, I checked over every case file I've ever worked on. And I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago. 6 years ago? It was my first appearance in court. And as cases go, it was my worst nightmare. So, who is she? I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public. What? Why not? It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solves this case. The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple. Neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder. Unrelated? Yes, I can say that with complete confidence. You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. Oh, I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew. It's gonna make things difficult for me. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris's twin sister. Her father deals in jewelry, apparently. Hey, Edgeworth, did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister de Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of this twin. There's nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess.
Dahlia.
Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? You're gonna do some painting tonight, but it just started to rain. Oof. I'm sorry.
Called it.
Yes, exactly. Please, tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case? You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. Appropriate. Thank you, Reeve. We stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. Her sister? Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood-related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. Oh. This is when she entered my life. A woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Check that out? Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. Why are you so sure about that? It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. What? Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth? Right, I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey! Mia Fey!
That's a little bit more, like, thick than I meant it to.
At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Executed? Do that in this country? I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. You do understand now. She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them. There's no way to revive the dead? I wonder. Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth. And what is that? It's about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother. What's her mother got to do with any of this?
Everything.
She's Morgan Fey, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Karine channeling technique. Did you say Karine channeling technique? Do you know something about it? Oh, yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium. Fraudulent? I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. You know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent. Edgeworth. Go to the police records room, it's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know. I know, I was there! I was solved the case! Of course, how could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Or well, A Edgeworth was the victim, and this Edgeworth was collateral damage. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday, and then you'll see that the Karine channeling technique is real. Okay. Alright, so... I think we need to go back and talk to Pearl now. Because I get the feeling we're supposed to save Iris for last. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back in a little bit.
conversations with these cats.
Alright, we are back.
Thank you everyone for being really patient.
Okay. So, right. So we're gonna go back to the Inner Temple Gate, and we're gonna try to talk to Iris in the training hall.
Take that!
There we go. Okay, so we already know all this. Sister Bikini saw her elsewhere.
Take that!
And then she says she left the main hall at 9:40, but that contradicts her earlier statement about ringing the lights out bell at 10 p.m. There were two of you.
Show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me. Take that!
I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne, a woman I know only too well.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder? It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground of the Karine channeling technique. At night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's the secret you've been trying to hide from me.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the Inner Temple, I knew. I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me, who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected. The Iris that Sister Bikini saw at the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago? That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father? That's awful!
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge? What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw her mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The Maiden family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power. But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Kurine.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Kurine tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Fay, had made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hazakura Temple?
Yes. The woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family, I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it, goes back to the history of the Fey clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright! There's still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. Suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psyche lock. Okay. Inner Temple Gate. No, she whipped Phoenix. Although it is hard to tell because of the juxtaposition of where the whip was being shown. Look at that, they really did make a fire. Right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick!
Ha! You're too late, Nick! If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off. I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding.
Take that!
After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donham's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Donham's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you?
Take that!
You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? And the next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm going to take a guess, and you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. Let me check this real quick. Burnt letter. Be careful, once night falls, something or other should be there. As soon as you hear the light's out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is, she is our the hole. Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is, burn the also make... Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. Lovely letter.
Take that!
Well, Pearls, this is what you were worrying about, right?
There's something I'm worrying about right now, actually.
What's that?
You, Mr. Nick. Your face has turned a really strange color.
Huh?
You shouldn't work so hard, you know. You need to take a break once in a while.
Being chided by a 9-year-old. How embarrassing. There's really only one thing Pearls could have been worried about that night. She must have been worried about her. There's no one else it could be.
I'll go get some sheets to make up a bed for you.
No, it's okay. I'll die of pneumonia if I nap in a drafty little shack like this. Guess I'm gonna have to think this through one more time from the very beginning. So Pearls never went to Miss Donema's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Yada yada. You went to the inner temple.
Take that!
Because you were worried about Maya. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? Ah! You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course.
I signed up for your special course.
Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
Then we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. But what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started. But there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple bell's pretty small, though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell? Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason why you were so worried about that bell is because of this. The lightning, probably.
Take that!
You know, Mr. Nick, I think you should take a break now.
Looks like picking this piece of evidence wasn't so sharp of me either. Anyway, I think the reason you were so worried about that bell was because of... Okay, maybe it's this burnt letter. Hear the lights out bell, okay.
Take that!
Excuse me. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
Ah! Where did you...
In the incinerator at the Inner Temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling?
Mm.
Taking into count the author of the note and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearl's been trying to channel?
Dahlia.
Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was...
Take that!
It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter.
Ah!
It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met in the Inner Temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls, who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Are all three sisters same blood? Well, Pearl is the half-sister to Iris and Dahlia. Here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow?
Take that!
Pearls, I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. All right, Pearls, it's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick, I...
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
Don't underestimate me, just because I'm a child.
Huh?
Trying to say I follow these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
Should say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right, there's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it!
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
How do you know that?
Couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
Sure, you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it.
Take that!
It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
Ah! But what? Why would I do something like...
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. I'm sorry. I can't keep a straight face for this one. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dotem on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Dotem taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant.
Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. Guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. such a simple thing and I couldn't even do it right. After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Karine, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. Then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and
let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh! Just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Is there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone was already channeling the same spirit.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. And that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. Definitely need to find out more about it.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month, and last month she told me,
the time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
my mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture's enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? I think Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Thanks, Pearls. You've really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be all right.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Ha! Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You've finally realized how terrible a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot! The entrance to the Sacred Cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's all a waste of time. Well, why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect your Trite. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. I didn't know anything about what was going on! What did I say, Trite? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all.
Mr. Nick, is that what that man just said true?
It'll be all right, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child, my Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now finally, after all this time, the master seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Lady, why you gotta be go crazy?
Alright. Alright, that is the end of the investigation phase. We will resume next Wednesday with the the final trial phase. Let me check something here. Okay. I know I was planning on starting up the... I know I was planning on starting up Future Redeemed on Sunday, but I think given the time frame in which we have for our guests to be coming over, I think it's best that I just make my only stream for next week Wednesday to finish this up. So after that, I will be... Well, wait a minute. Actually, I think I should be able to stream Sunday evening on the 20th. Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know. It just depends on how you feel.
We'll see what happens on the 20th. I will keep you posted, but definitely no stream on the 13th. We'll be streaming on the 16th, if at all possible. And then we will resume our regularly scheduled programming for certain on the 23rd. Well, maybe. There is a slight possibility I might be otherwise preoccupied on the 23rd. So if that happens, then we'll resume for certain on the 27th. But if you're in my Discord, I will keep you posted. So just keep an eye on the general chat, and I'll let you know. In the meantime, this is Dr. Novelle signing out, and hope to see you again soon. Y'all have a good one.